'97, '98, '99. Oh, hey Alana, I didn't realize you were there.
Hey
How's it
Tim,
going?
look good there. Nice work. That's a
Was
big
my
set.
was my form all right?
It was okay. It was all right.
How's it going?
I'm great. Thanks for inviting me to do this interview. That's awesome.
Yeah, welcome to the Search Nanaimo show.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. So I'm in the gym just in case you tell me to like drop and do 10 burpees or something, but maybe we could start off with you kind of giving us a bit of background about CrossFit Nanaimo and kind of what it's all about, how long it's been going for people who aren't familiar with it.
Yeah, okay, sure. No worries. Well, CrossFit in general is the sport of fitness. So incorporating several different sports into CrossFit, and it implements Olympic lifting, powerlifting, strongman. We have obviously gymnastics, which you were just showing us.
I'm not sure
And
about that
then
badly.
and then we have also obviously the calisthenics and plyometric stuff. So all included to create CrossFit. Now, CrossFit originally was founded in 2000, but CrossFit Nanaimo has been around since 2011, which is great for a small business for sure. And we've definitely grown since then. So starting at one smaller location, and we're currently been at our location for about 5 years now. So yeah.
One of the things that I found kind of special, which maybe you could talk to about CrossFit, is community, obviously in Nanaimo, but beyond that, I've been to like a lot of CrossFit boxes, as they're known, or gyms in the world, and you can kind of walk in anywhere and be part of the family, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's a great point. So I think like when everybody who's a part of a CrossFit gym or box, we call it actually, there's a special part of the community. So there's a affiliation with the gym or the box rather, and the community. So it's that community feel. And what you get from that is totally extra special. And I think that's definitely what's sort of helped us through this tough time right now. But when you go to a CrossFit box, it's definitely a different vibe. You're not, usually the money isn't discussed right away. Like, yeah, you send a waiver, but we're not after the money right away. Come on in, let's do a workout. Meet all of the local guys here in the gym, and let's get a workout in. But there's usually something quirky in the beginning. We do a bit of a circle, question of the day, just an icebreaker, literally every class. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but obviously you're not going to get that at some of the larger gyms, right? So you pretty much know everybody by name, what they do, and yeah, even how old their kids might be or what they do in their extracurricular. So it sort of brings our family, our fit fam, as we would say, together a little bit more. So obviously traveling, it's sort of fun for a CrossFit athlete to sort of hit different boxes and sort of experience different community feels. And so, yeah, it's pretty fun.
I remember one I went to in Toronto, and I went in and they just said, yeah, we got another one. We got a workout award starting in like 10 minutes. You can just join in. And they didn't ask for money or anything. And I was like, okay. And then at the end, I went up to the guy and said, so who do I pay? And he's like, you don't have to pay. Or he said, if you want, you can buy a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So I bought a t-shirt, and then, so I love that aspect of it. I do have a question for you as it relates to icebreakers. What's one of your favorite icebreaker questions that gets interesting answers?
Oh, yikes. That's an interesting one. We have some pretty interesting would you rathers. So, and being, comfortable, more and more comfortable with these people as they start to be family, they can get pretty interesting. But my question literally yesterday was, would you rather kiss a toad or hug a snake? And so, I mean, that's not necessarily my favorite, but it just gives you an example of, and it might be something that simple or silly, but you pretty much get to know who really would prefer to hug a snake or has a deathly fear of snakes. So something along those lines. So yeah, they get a little bit offside sometimes, potentially. We have lots of fun with them. But it could also be what's your go-to post workout meal, or do you do a shake? So we obviously delve into different topics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as it relates to COVID-19, obviously things have changed a little bit. Again, for people who don't know CrossFit, it's very sweaty. One of the kind of trademarks is when people lay on the floor after their workout because they're exhausted, and you stand up and there's like a sweat angel on the mats, right? So
Totally.
lots of pretty full contact. So what have you been doing in the last 6 weeks or so?
Yeah, that's a great point. We're definitely in the business to make people sweat and, get a little bit uncomfortable. So there might be some coughing. There's definitely going to be swearing, and there'll be some sweating, obviously. But what we've done is exactly what you're doing with me right now. We would typically meet at a coffee shop and do this interview, I'm sure, but we're doing it via Zoom. So the really cool thing about Zoom and this platform is we're able to get people to move virtually. And it's funny because we leave the mics on, right? You can mute it yourself if you wish. I'll play music. We do the session so you can still hear me motivating you or calling you by your nickname or saying, let's go, buddy. Let's get another rep in. Come on, let's go. You can do it. And I think just that little motivation during a stressful time for people is really helping. So at CrossFit Nanaimo, we also lent out equipment to members. So if you're an existing member, we lent out equipment to help as well. Like we were chatting about, obviously equipment is hard to come by right now. So
yeah, some used equipment gouging going on price wise for sure.
Yeah. So we've got a pretty regular schedule, 3 to 4 classes Monday through Friday, and then a couple mobility classes and one Saturday throwdown. So it's been really great, and it's fun to see people coming out and supporting. And it's actually, I get texts and calls afterwards saying thank you. It's a little different doing it in your living room when your kids are ripping around in the background, but you still feel better after an hour of movement, right? So yeah.
Is there anything that you've kind of experienced during this time which you think you might leverage in the future? Like, do you think you might let people dial in via Zoom to participate in some things?
It's interesting you said that, and I was thinking about that because I've had 2 to 3 people bring up the fact that, like, believe it or not, I really am able to do a Zoom class more realistically in my workday than getting to the gym. So that sort of hit home. It's like, if they're at home, they're finishing up a meeting or something, they've got 5 minutes transition time to quickly put on some sneakers, grab their equipment. That's, half an hour out of their day that it would take to get into their car, drive to the gym, change at the gym, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's a great question, Tim. I don't know, like, we've definitely gonna chat about it. It wouldn't be 3 to 4 classes a day. But maybe one, if that'll help, people. That's a great question. Yeah. So
yeah, you could maybe throw like a virtual body weight class in, or like minimal equipment required, obviously, because some things you do need technical equipment for. But yeah, virtual sessions as well would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Lots of people like them, and it, like I was just chatting about, if when we go back that transition, we have limited daycare opportunities as well. It's just easier for people with kids to. Their kids can be in their background or sort of zoned out on the TV while their parents are doing a workout. It's sort of a win-win there.
Yeah, and I think that's something we've all experienced, right? I mean, all of those of us with children running around, you kind of have to get used to coexisting with massive distractions and people asking you for things. And it's, I think that's, people talk about the stress of COVID-19. Some of it is trying to juggle business and fitness and life and kids and all in this same melting pot. It's definitely different and tough sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Alana, outside of CrossFit, which I know takes up a lot of your time, what else are you passionate about? What else do you do for fun?
Well, most of my friends and obviously the CrossFit community knows the gym dog Tink. So we definitely romp outside, get some outdoor walks in. If it's raining, like this morning it was raining, I'm out with her for a walk. But exploring Nanaimo in general, we've got lots of amazing hikes and some cool mountains to climb here. So traditionally I'm outside playing is my favorite thing to do. So yeah.
And you're not from Nanaimo, is that right, originally?
Originally I'm from Kingston, Ontario.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
East Coast.
Yeah.
I was born in Trenton, Ontario. Did you know that?
Oh, I did
Very
not know
close.
that.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what coming to Nanaimo from Ontario, what do you love about it? What are your favorite things about the town?
It's extremely cool to be on the ocean. We had Lake Ontario in Kingston, which was great as well, but there's just a different vibe to the ocean and going down the ocean. And I definitely frequent the beaches for sure. Check the tide schedule, go out and hang out there. Definitely in the summer, even do a polar bear dip. Did that in the ocean this year, that sort of thing. So ocean time is a big deal, and just taking in the forests around here and getting out in nature. So aside from that, yeah, the community, the vibe here, the people are so welcoming, and yeah, I really love it. Exploring the island, we're very truly lucky to be living here for sure.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. I know a lot of people are benefiting from still getting the virtual workouts. I've witnessed a couple of them myself and heard some of the heavy breathing and effort that people are putting in. So it's good to see people still getting after it. But yeah, thanks very much for your time. And I look forward to coming in and having a chat in the CrossFit Nanaimo box when things open up again.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, Tim.
Yeah.
Keep up with the pull-ups, eh? They look
I
great.
will, yeah. I may or may not have done the whole 99, but yeah, maybe a couple.
I believe you. I believe you.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, man. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.